I can tell by the look in your eye that you're not going to leave it alone. You want to hear what happened to my father?
Yes.
Right, well, my father tried to dispel the rumors about my grandfather. No one would listen. Then one night, a week later, crazed refugees from Tristram came for revenge. I remember my father screaming for us to get out, and nasty laughter. A lot of it. Just before justice shoved me out the window, I saw my father crawling up the stairs at me, with 2 daggers in his back, and a 3rd whipping round his throat.
He met his end bravely.
Doesn't mean much to a child, does it? His father's still dead on a stairwell.
Time grows short, my friends. Even now, Belial's influence is spreading through Chaldea.
But how will we find him?
We won't have to. Magda and her coven will lead us straight to him.
I'm not going anywhere until Uncle Deckard's been laid to rest.
There is time enough for that.
I have called for a caravan to guide us to the east. Speak to the caravan master when you are ready to go. We will see to Cain as we depart.
I wish to know more of the demons we face.
Belial is the Lord of Lies. He desires power before all other things, and his 1,000 schemes are designed toward this end. His brother, Asmodan, reigns over the other half of Hell as the Lord of Sin. I sense his influence in this world, but I do not yet know where he will strike.
Certainly Belial must know.
They are more rivals than allies in these days, but I pray that you are right.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldea?
It was all just stories. My uncle saw what he wanted to see.
Deckard sacrificed much to protect this world. But his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heaven strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother.
You chose to be one of us.
Sacrilege.
Thus, I fell, willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
I never believed all your crazy tales would work. I will finish it, Uncle. I will carry on for you.
For a greater evil lurks within Chaldeum. The Lord of Lies is hiding there. Somewhere within the great city.
I can't believe what people throw away. I want to buy some of it.
What shall we... fight today?
They will run when they see us.
An enchanting young woman, who is much more than her youth suggests, will come to your aid today. She can be of great help to you, so try to be polite, will you?
What will she help against?
Oh, it's that coven again. They're going to try and ambush you.
Wait, back up a moment. What was that you said about an enchanting young woman?
Ah, Celdo, unlike me, she will be immune to your charming advances. But it doesn't hurt to try, does it? I was just talking to Hedrick. He is still denying his grief. He really needs to open up. If he would just let me comfort him, it would do him a world of good.
Here we are. Chaldeum, Jewel of the East. Uncle Deckard loved this place.
He wouldn't now that it is under the spell of Belial, Lord of Lies. I can smell his stench on the air.
It would be best to split our forces. You two search for Belial. I shall hunt Magda.
I have never been outside the city my entire life. I have never even been outside the palace. When they threw us out here, I thought I would die. I was terrified. But now, look at this view. I have never understood how large the world actually was. It is beautiful.
Hey, you! Come here. Most of my items have almost no blood left on them.
By the grace of the ancients, may your soul be warmed and brought to glory in righteousness.
I can't imagine you're happy to be in the city.
I told myself I'd never come back here. And yet here I am.
Because of what happened to your father.
Because of what happened to me. Some scars don't heal. There's no point in scratching at them, is there? The weather doesn't suit me either.
Are you guarding the refugees over there?
I am not a guard. I am Ashira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Magda's coven. It even now wreaks havoc throughout the borderlands.
Where did you last see her?
She's heading toward Alcarnus, but has blocked the road behind her. However, there is another way. Through the Kasim outpost.
Heard? Emperor Hakan threw his entire court out of the city. They're trapped out here with the rest of us.
There is some justice in this world, after all.
Justice? They're a load of pompous fools. But even they don't deserve what's coming tonight.
What happens tonight?
They're wearing jewels worth more than any of us see in a year. They have to sleep sometime.
All of these people have fled from the cultists in Alcarnus. They are refugees far from their homes.
Why can't they resettle within the city?
The Imperial Guard lets no one in. These people are sentenced to a slow death. The Iron Wolves were mercenaries, until we helped the Zakarum priests find a successor to the first Emperor Hakan. We became the Emperor's personal guard after that, but everything changed a few months ago when the first refugees began arriving. An Imperial Guard was created to protect the citizens from the refugees, while we were out in the desert fighting the Coven and their demon spawn. Eventually, they took over.
Tyrael and I learned that while the Iron Wolves were fighting Magda in the desert, the Emperor replaced them with Imperial Guards who bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves were sent out to die. Belial has made his move. We must find a way into the city.
As a child, I explored Chaldean while Uncle Deckard studied here. I can get in through the sewers.
Just see that you get out again in one piece.
Be careful. Alcarnus sounds like Magda's trap.
The inner city is closed.
Many of my pieces come straight from the Emperor's own collection.
We will die out here if you don't let us in.
Life in the Borderlands was hard, but we had our dignity. We came here for help.
I dig this stuff up, clean it off, and drag it here to sell it. You want any?
Many of my banished peers have fled for Lut Gholein. Not I. I shall wait for our Emperor to come to his senses.
Very noble, my lady. So it has nothing to do with the last caravan leaving 10 minutes ago?
What impudence! How dare you even speak to me?
Apologies, my lady. You'd best take up your concerns with the Emperor.
My family. I lost my whole family out there. My family. I lost my...
Everything I had was in Alcarnus. I am ruined.
If only the Emperor and his guard had gone mad sooner. All these people being locked out of the city has really helped my trade. Ah, an adventurer. I love selling to adventurers. They rarely live long enough to complain about quality.
All this pain and suffering.
The last Emperor wouldn't have treated us well. This gate leads to Alcarnus. You'll need to follow the long road over the canyon bridge and through the Qasim outpost.
Something tells me this will be an interesting journey.
Take heed, traveler. Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
I mean to stop them.
Then you must not go alone. I shall accompany you.
Well now, it's my lucky day.
There are illusions out there. Mirages to some. But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
I understand. But my death does not lie here.
They're in the rocks.
Quite dirty.
Be careful. They are very near to us.
Where?
You should never have come. Demons were based on your bones.
You knew that would happen.
I am an enchantress. The ways of magic and illusion are familiar to me. My name is Arena.
Why have you come here?
Well, I am also looking for someone. Wait here. Let me clear the way for you.
Captain, from behind!
Protect the people! Iron Wolf!
If not for you, the Lacuni would have eaten well this day.
Are there more of them ahead?
Even worse. Cultists are casting spells in 2 of their desert lairs to obscure the Black Canyon Bridge.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there. There is another illusion here. Cultists try to hide their footsteps. Their spells are weak and easily countered. If we follow these prints, we can find their lairs and halt the rituals. I will seek out any other traces of their magic. More hidden footprints. This is one of the cultists' lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
The ritual is disrupted!
There should be another. Look, more hidden footprints.
not like this.
What do you mean?
It was a business affair. This is tragic.
Look, more hidden. This is one of the cultist lairs. They are casting part of the illusion inside.
As long as you aren't an illusion too.
Whatever do you mean?
The ritual is disrupted!
That ought to dispel.
I thought I was dead. Akarat bless you.
It is with some reluctance that I write on the 7 lords of hell, for they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me.
Tell me, what shall you do when Magda is dead?
Kill the demon lord she serves.
How curious. You must be the one I was meant to find here. I think it is time for you to know my true tale. I am not from Chaldeum. I learned these spells 1,500 years ago. My sisters and I pledged our service to a man of great power. We called him the Prophet. He trained us and placed us in a magical slumber to awaken in this era. I am to prevent the Lords of Hell from invading.
The Prophet. I have not heard of this figure, but your aid is welcome.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Now to the Qasim outpost.
You will find it to the north, though it is still some distance away.
How did you become a thief?
That's a long and terrible story that you wouldn't want to hear.
I doubt that. Greed is a simple emotion.
Basically.
You should set more reasonable goals for your acquisitions.
Oh, there was nothing reasonable about her. Do you ever doubt your choices?
No.
Things never seem to turn out like I hope they will.
Trust in logic, not hope.
Try living in the slums before you lecture me.
I have lived a stranger life than you know, Lyndon. What happened to the rest of your family?
My brother and I were orphans. We only had each other.
So you both turned to thieving?
No. Member of the city guard.
You were constantly at odds, then?
Not as much as you might think. Until the end, that is.
I have considered what we discussed, and you are correct. I know little about my past, beyond what my order has told me. But what does it matter? Look what they have done for me. They've turned me into a living weapon, a light against darkness.
You cannot serve well in ignorance. Learn the truth, Cormac.
I wouldn't know how to begin. How do I seek memories that have been taken from me?
Search for clues. Anything you can find that relates to the Templar.
You may be right. I will find a way to take back my memories and exonerate my order. I have thought of a way to retrieve my lost memories, but it is dangerous. I must ask you to promise me something. Should I lapse into my old sins, whatever they may be, you must kill me, as I killed John Dar.
If you insist.
I found a journal on John Dar's corpse, written in an ancient Templar cipher. I can translate it, but it will take some time. Perhaps studying his treachery will give me a clue into my past.
It's a reasonable plan, but you are still worried.
John Dar was once a man of faith, devoted to the Templar Order. What if he discovered something that made him betray himself? That matters not, for I must do this anyway.
The city has many secrets, and I still remember most of them. I can get into Chaldeum through the sewers if I avoid the Imperial Guard. While I'm out, my friend has sworn to take down Magda. It won't bring Uncle Deckard back, but we'll all be relieved when she's gone.
I require a new skill. That will be of use.
Has anything changed?
Last time I passed through here was soon after meeting Miller. My good men.
I will use this.
The night embraces you.
Enemy we have laid low.
Once the cultists are not using an illusion. The way is blocked. I must go through the Qasim outpost to the west. The hounds are absorbed in their feast. This is my chance.
Blessings from the gods. The precious threw down here as a plaything for the... Please, take this for saving me. It is the least I can do.
I would have done the same.
I've spent months searching these deserts for the Rignar idol. It is here, in these ruins. I know it. I've survived starvation, dehydration, cultists, demons. But this place is too much for me. You look like you could help me find it. I've come too close. I can't fail now.
I'll help, though you do not deserve it.
Good thing I found it. Nothing will stop us!
I cannot do that.
The idol! We found it! It was all worth it. Everything!
Do not be hasty. Everything has a price.
Now that it is at hand, I find myself filled with trepidation. Would you take it for me? What was that? He almost died. If you weren't here...
I know the ways of death, but you do not. Return to Chaldeum.
Perhaps you're right. Thanks for helping me retrieve the idol, and for saving my life.
great challenge lies before us.
Evil has always been drawn to these lands.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils, and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our mortal realm.
Hey, mister. I got some new things. You should take a look.
I must say, I'm very fond of this new family I find myself in. But you could be a bit more open about your love for us, you know.
Love?
Oh, don't try to hide it. You act like you just need us for our skills, but we know the real reason you've brought us along with you. Have I ever told you that I knew Shen before he became part of our family here? Oh, he is such a sweet old fool. What a wild love we had for each other. He used to do the most surprising things, if you know what I mean. I could tell you stories that would curl your hair.
I must decline.
There ain't no guards around, are there?
As the shepherd watches over his flock.
Hey, you! Come here. Got some new stuff.
It is too quiet.
Captain of the Guard, you are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Qasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them.
The Imperial Guard will keep us safe.
We've been safe ever since
I need you to open the gate.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down in the command post. He's got the gate key.
Here you are, delivered unto me as a sacrifice, a gift from Lord Belial.
Or he's setting you up to fail.
No! He would never betray me! Strike him down!
You never learn.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sacrifice us to Belial. Iron Wolves, take back the town!
The Imperial Guard was infiltrated by demons? Or are they all demons?
The demons came disguised as members of the Imperial Guard. They control our minds, train them to create their illusions.
I wonder what happened to my son.
Did Magda go to Arcanus?
Yes, we've heard rumors of a horrible slaughter there.
Then I'll be on my way. It cannot be far.
The ground, it's shaking. Can't feel my legs. Oh, my legs!
This world can abide you no longer!
Be gone!
Your friend Tyrael. The light of the Seraphim radiates from him.
He hails.
You have been blessed by many.
Do not fear the end.
Well met, Master Metan. What have you discovered here?
Powerful spirits haunt these ruins. I was not strong enough to defeat them, but I was able to trap them. I fear the coven that invades the region will try to use the spirits for their nefarious purposes. But if you dare, you can try to put them to rest. Activate the totems to release the spirits, and be prepared to fight. Hear their angry voices. Still more remain.
One more left.
The dead are insidious, my friend. Do not forget that.
I have pacified the spirits. Master Metan will be pleased.
The voices fade. The spirits in this place are calm. I can begin the work of freeing them. The howling of the spirits lessens. You have put them to rest. Wait. Listen. The Coven!
My power has grown.
We have denied the Coven, but I fear they will find other, darker powers to exploit. Thank you, and go with the blessings of Rathma. 2 decades ago, my mentor faced the forces of evil and emerged victorious. I cannot hope to surpass his achievements, but I will try to bring balance to the raging forces that threaten to tear the world asunder in these days. The spirits are restless near Chaldeum. I must quiet them.
Valrus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all demons, having defeated the angels many times in the eternal conflict across Pandemonium and the prime evils in the demonic civil war. If the Lord of Sin ever assaults our realm, we truly have much to fear.
You and your brother chose different paths.
We're not much alike, really. He was always dependable and practical.
And you,
hardly.
Your brother.
Help us! You can't leave us here!
Of course not. I shall free you.
I owe you everything.
Put this place behind you. I wish we had come sooner.
A mighty foe has fallen.
I thought rescue would never come.
Thank the gods. The refugees await you in Chaldean.
I'm rescued.
I wish we had come sooner.
I must wait.
What could drive the Coven to such blind...
Magda. Such sad, sad tales have reached me of your truly abysmal failure to stop the enemy at the Cassim outpost. But at least the enemy's spy has been found. Once we eliminate her and her allies, this obnoxious little world will fall to me, and perhaps you, if you survive.
The moment of your death grows near.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his!
by shadow. It pains me to see it.
Caldeum is still in peril. Before she died, Magda revealed that Belial's treachery goes even deeper than we suspected.
I have translated a strange passage from Jondar's journal. Before he began serving Magda, he writes that when I am prepared to... I know. You risk. Thank you.
Hey, mister, I got some new things. You should take a look.
killed Magda. Before she passed, she claimed that Belial used the Imperial Guard to capture Leah.
Then they must be holding the Emperor against his will. I tremble to think what Belial might do with Leah and her growing power. The only chance we have to rescue Leah is to wrest the Emperor from the grasp of the Imperial Guard.
We need to get into the city. Ashira might be able to help. How did you meet your wife?
It's actually quite a tale. We met in a town not far from here on the outskirts of Curast. She was... well, you're not going to believe it. She was locked in a cage.
Your wife was a criminal?
No. They were going to burn her as a witch.
That is a crime here, isn't it?
Let's talk about this another time.
Do you remember your time as an angel?
Not just any angel. I was the Archangel of Justice. My fall awoke Diablo's reign of terror. There was nothing I could do. I had absolutely no control over it. Chaldeum is the greatest city in the world, the seat of the Empire of Kyrgyzstan. Mystery. I do not know how these refugees persevere. Their situation is dire, and it seems there is little hope for them. Where do they find the strength to carry on?
Their hearts possess the will to survive.
The human spirit never ceases to amaze me. I feel Belial in the very air. I see his shadow behind haunted eyes. Hear his voice whispering lies on the wind. He need not bring an army to this city. It is his already.
By the grace of the ancients,
Hey,
may your
you,
soul...
come here. Got some new stuff for you to look at.
I'm afraid not.
Captain Ravan, the conditions out here are deplorable.
Ashira, The Emperor is in danger. I need to speak with him.
I heard what you did at Kasim Outpost in Alcanis. You have my thanks, and you shall have my help. Captain Ravan, this man has vital information regarding the massacre in the Borderlands. We must see the Emperor at once.
Very well, but I don't think you'll find him receptive. Let them pass!
Let's go. I'll lead you to the palace.
You are bold to have sought this audience with me. My guards tell me you were responsible for the massacre of innocent villagers in Alcanis.
Your guards lied.
If you are innocent, then why do you have spies skulking through my sewers? Bring her in!
Let me go!
I detest violence. Guards, I leave this matter in your hands.
For me.
You are quite the optimist.
Get out of here. I will cover your escape.
Thank you. Now we need to get to the sewers. I'll explain why when we get there. Blocking our way. We must destroy their summoning construct. There has to be a way into the sewers from here. This leads to the sewers. Mother Adria, she's alive! But the Imperial Guard is holding her somewhere down here.
We must reach her.
So Magda was telling the truth. Somehow I knew my mother was alive. Always knew.
Still a reason she never reunited with you.
Only you can defeat this monstrosity!
Flesh will be mine.
that Adria can hold on.
Adria should be up here.
Tell us about the Black Soul Stone! We know of the 3 that the Horadrim used to trap the Primevals. What is the purpose of this one?
Your master Belial has good reason to fear it.
Leave her alone!
Seize them!
I cannot do that.
Leah, my daughter.
You know who I am?
My darling, I've watched over you all your life, but I never dared get close because of the danger that always shadows me.
Speaking of which, let's get moving. What happened to your brother?
Nothing you'd want to hear.
I have heard a lot. I could probably help.
And then what? I suppose you'll make it all right. You'll fix it up just like another one of your little errands. Some things aren't that easy.
I will respect your privacy.
God, you're so noble about it too. Spare me.
My people are shunned many places, but we were always welcomed in Caldeum. Something must be very wrong, that they won't even let their own people into the city now.
But what is it? You must tell me everything.
Is that any way to speak to me? And you don't need visions to see that Belial is in control of the city. The question is how? Those you've chosen to fight alongside you are an interesting bunch. Children after my own heart, flawed in such interesting ways. Irena, you are quite vivacious for one with such a burden. Cormac has certainly noticed. Oh, don't pretend you haven't seen him looking at you. He'd best keep his vows in mind. Or maybe he shouldn't. And that Lyndon, ha! He makes me laugh. He can warm my bed any night. Reminds me of my second husband, he does.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
I'm surprised Cain never told you why I left. He knew I was called to fight the Lords of Hell, and I knew he would keep you safe.
He's gone now.
Then it's fate that we have been reunited. Cain's work, your work, is my war.
According to the Horadric texts, only 2 evils remain. Belial is here in Caldeum, and Asmodan has yet to reveal himself. The guards were asking you about this
was to defeat the Lords of Hell. But this remains to be seen.
Murderer, torturer, monster. These were the titles bestowed upon Zoltan Kuhl by the Horadrim. Though it cost them dearly, they killed the wizard for his crimes against nature and sealed his broken corpse within a shadow realm. It seems they were afraid he might return.
Leah still adores you, even though you left her behind.
What? No, I never saw it that way. She grew up in safety, while I risked my life to find the key to our salvation. It was the sacrifice that I had to make. In any case, Leah will meet her full potential under my guidance. Do you not have things to do?
How well did you know Cain?
For a time, during the darkening of Tristram, we spent many nights in the Tavern of the Rising Sun, discussing his Horadric texts and the varied arcana I'd collected during my travels.
Did you meet again?
Only from afar. From time to time our paths would cross, and I would catch glimpses of Leah as she grew. It broke my heart that I could not reveal myself and raise her as my own.
How did the guards capture you?
I was trying to steal out of the city. I'd returned to gather some things before setting out to recover Zoltan Kuhl's head, and the guards found me. Zoltan Kuhl, a legend. There is no doubt in my mind he is as powerful as the stories say. But for every bit of his genius, he was surely mad. He was obsessed with immortality and power.
A madman. We would do better to leave him asleep in the desert than to call on him for aid.
You have a better idea.
I do not. It is merely a warning.
After what I've heard of him, I'd prefer not to become involved with this Zoltan Kuhl.
It will be dangerous, but you have faced great peril before. If Belial and Azmodan invade, you will have much more to worry about than a dismembered wizard.
I don't like dealing with Kuhl any better than you do, but I see no other way. If Adria says we must, then we must. Uncle Deckard trusted her, and so will I.
What happened when you destroyed the World Stone?
The resultant explosion dispersed the light and harmony of my angelic being. Without form or shape, I restored myself within the realm of pandemonium. It took me 20 of your years, but finally, I returned home to the high heavens.
Did your brethren understand?
Hardly. Believing my actions had endangered creation, the Angiras Council put me, the Archangel of Justice, on trial. I knew then that heaven was doomed, unless I could enlist the aid of mankind against the coming onslaught of hell. 300 years ago, I selected Kuhl and 6 others to form the Horadrim. He was a great man, who was driven mad by his long quest to hunt evil.
He is not the first. What did he do?
He delved into powers not meant for man, trying to fashion an artifact that could fill his empty heart with the souls of angels and demons. The Horadrim had no choice but to slay him. The Order never recovered.
How did you rescue your wife?
I broke her out in the middle of the night and we escaped. They didn't chase us far. I guess they were glad to see her go.
You did not fear her, even given the accusations.
She wasn't a witch. She was a mystic. Though we didn't find that out for a time. Not until we started traveling with the Vetchin wagon train. But that's a story for another time.
It's disgusting. I've seen that man going in and out of the sewers.
I think we may have a visitor up ahead.
Listen to me. I cannot talk for long. Belial's guards are constantly watching me.
Are they?
Forgive me for my behavior at court. The gods would have killed me had I sided with you. But I will help you now as I can. You must be headed to the oasis. I can open this gate for you.
You must act. Retake control of your city.
There's little I can do. Between my advisors and the Imperial Guard, my every move and action are controlled. I've tried to fight back, but Belial's influence is strong. But now you've given me a chance. Perhaps my only chance.
How can you aid me if you are being watched?
You're here to kill Belial, aren't you? I can help.
But you have no power.
I can still fight in my own way. I want my empire back. I will find where Belial is hiding and deliver him to you.
You have already proved yourself untrustworthy.
I told you it was not my choice. My every move is controlled and I'm surrounded by enemies. But I swear to you, I will help you. I will prove it to you.
You seem uncomfortable around me.
It is not my intention. There is nowhere I would rather be. Really, everything depends on this. On you.
Diablo was the youngest of the prime evils, but I found him the most dangerous, for his power over terror left him incapable of feeling fear. Though he had easily possessed and corrupted many humans, Diablo's essence was finally trapped in a soul stone and banished to the unfathomable abyss 20 years ago.
It is so beautiful.
Andariel was the only female evil. She aided the lesser evils for many years, but eventually she lost faith in their plots. 2 decades ago, she chose to help Diablo during his resurgence and seize the citadel of the Sightless Eye. Ultimately, she perished at the hands of brave heroes.
Centuries ago, a much smaller Chaldeum depended upon small wells for its water. Then came the mysterious Dalgur, offering Chaldeum an oasis of unparalleled splendor, located in an area previously thought to be desert, asking only that his name be permanently affixed to the land. Then he vanished into the wastes.
Help me, please! Someone help! I'm being robbed!
Quiet! You fool! You think you can save this man? You have sealed your fate.
Such insolence must be punished.
The enemy has destroyed Alcarnus and most of the cultists. The Master commands us to capture more slaves immediately. Go to the oasis and abduct the villagers. Kill any who resist. That way we shall both gain
Those vile
allies
creatures were
and
looting my
destroy
goods.
enemies.
Now that you have saved me, I'd be happy to allow you the privilege of buying them instead.
Thank you. I thought I was a dead man. I pick up garbage from the aqueduct so it doesn't ruin our water supply. Doesn't pay well, but I find plenty to sell. Have a look.
Why would you feel empty?
There are fragments of myself that are lost to me. They linger in the corners of my mind, just out of reach.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was a dead man. I pick up garbage from the aqueduct so it doesn't ruin our water supply.
The night embraces you. This world can abide you no longer!
Overwhelm the enemy and seize his companions. There is a witch among them, and another, a girl. Bring them to me along with the Black Soul Stone. They will be searching for the head of Zoltun Kuhl. Scour the oasis for it. Some old sorcery lingers on the skull, and it must be mine.
I've never seen a hive this big before.
Away with you!
You will not enter the aqueducts, Lord Belial! No.
These deserts are so empty.
Is that strange to you?
No. There is an emptiness within me as well.
Quickly now! Show them what you're capable of!
Magic fills this place like a foul mist.
Fine corpse. Weakness consumes you. Embraces you. I have long waited for this knowledge.
We set out in 1 week's time into the desolate sands to search for Kul's hidden archives. None of us had any idea what to expect. How far has Kul's madness driven him? How much power has he accumulated in his mad quest? I can only hope we are not too late.
Fear the end.
I need to go back.
Get back!
Save us! Don't let us die! Get us out of here! Thanks for saving me. To get out of here! Someone help us! Thank you for saving me. I must flee!
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
This is well crafted.